What is up, you guys? I'm back with another video. The one and only Little Disha. You already know. Oh, go crazy. Yay. But I'm back with another video. Today's video is gonna be a story time about how I got these scars on my neck right here. I know you can't really see them, but yeah, make sure you subscribe and like and comment down below. Comment down below. Epic fail. They keep falling. Like, get yourself together, drop out. I know you wondering, like, someone cut you? You know, when people usually ask me, how did I get the scars on my neck? They be like, did you get cut? Because, you know, I used to work at Burger King, and somebody asked me when I was at the register, she was like, did you get cut? And I was like, no. And it just be like, okay. So, yeah, like, it just be awkward, you know? So, yeah. So, I'm going to read you guys my mom's point of view of what she was going through and what she wrote about how she felt and what was going on when I was going through this situation. By the way, I was born with a hole in my heart, and I was born with a heart disease from birth, since birth. So, yeah, reading that, and then after I get done reading, I'm going to explain what I felt throughout the whole process and what I was, you know, dealing with and feeling when she wasn't there to, you know. So yeah. Okay, and mind you, I was 11 years old when all of this happened. All right. On March 7, 2011, my life was flipped upside down. I took my 11-year-old daughter to a walk-in clinic thinking it would be a routine diagnosis, only to find her at the brink of death. When she got to the clinic, they noticed her heart rate was 162. They shipped her to the ER department. By the time she got there, it was in the 200s. They began all types of procedures, like having her stick her head in ice water and poking their fingers in her neck and giving her meds to get her blood pressure down. Pause. Mind you, I remember them telling me to stick my head in ice and them, you know, and all this. I remember that. Okay, play. When none of those things worked, they had to put her to sleep because she was having trouble breathing and complaining of pain. They did an echo of her heart to find 2 blood clots. Not 1, not 3, but 2 blood clots. 1 in each ventricle. So they moved her to the PICU, but before they could get her there, she coded, and they had to give her chest compressions. I immediately began to call the saints to pray, but don't get it twisted. I was scared out of my mind. But I know the source of my strength. Once in the PICU in Greenville, they said to us to call our pastor because she was on her way out, death. But I serve an awesome God, and my father-in-law put down a piece of praying in that ER like I never seen before. But that was only the beginning of the story. The doctor came in and told me that she would have to be shipped to Duke because of the severity of her condition. So around 8:30, she was airlifted to Duke. When she got there, the doctor gave her 10 times the dosage of meds that she received in Greenville. And instead of her heart slowing down, it completely stopped. She coded twice, and they had to give her chest compressions because if they would have given her the defibrillator, she would have surely died. They put her on a machine called the ECMO, which is a heart and lung machine that does the work for her heart, and by taking the blood out of the body, giving it oxygen, and bringing it back into the body. Within 3 days of being on the ECMO, one of the clots disappeared. However, her heart still was not beating. By day 5, they wanted to do a surgery to place a Berlin heart inside of her and scheduled to do it on the Monday, 1 week later. We called my pastor, and he called for the church to fast, By that Monday, they had decided to go in and place a small hole in between her right and left atrium because the Berlin parts had not arrived, and they moved the Berlin heart surgery to Friday. Well, they had the transplant lady come in and talk to us about how transplants work and what we would need to do. On that Wednesday, Amy, the transplant lady, came in to tell us that Kadisha had been approved for the transplant list. And so I asked her, what if her heart recovers? What if it comes back? She said it will not come back. Her heart is too sick and it is too damaged. As she talked in my mind, I was saying, but God. That very next Thursday, the Lord worked it out. That Amy was in the room when they did a routine echo, and the heart began to beat. It was squeezing again. She, Amy, told us that she just stepped back and looked at it and said, this is a miracle. To God be the glory. The surgery for the Berlin was canceled. They said her heart may just recover. So by that Sunday, 13 days later, they removed her from the ECMO machine because they said her heart was getting better. But we still had the clot and she was still on life support. Well, we kept praying. By day 17, she was taken off the ventilator, but the devil was mad and struck her with the high fevers to the point where they didn't know where it was coming from. So they had to keep her sedated, but the saints kept praying. They started taking out IVs by day 3 of fevers. It broke. The fever was gone, and so was the last blood clot. It had disappeared. They couldn't say nothing, but it's gone. By day 25, my baby was up and walking, getting stronger. Hold on, y'all. Stronger and stronger. By day 34, I was in there for a month and some days. They said we only seen one other case like this, that the child walks out with her own heart. Doing better after being traumatized in that way, but my God is an awesome God. One thing we came out knowing, God always got the final say, and what the devil meant for evil, God used for our good. Although she was in the hospital, we traveled back and forth to church every Sunday to get our strength from our brothers and sisters. I hope this testimony blesses you as it blessed our lives. This is me on the ECMO, and this right here is how I got my scars. They're taking the blood out, cleaning it, putting oxygen in it, and putting it back in my body. And this is just me. And that's how I got my scars. And that is me off the ECMO and with the ventilator. You know, the thing in my mouth going down to my throat. So yeah, it was a lot. Can you call my mom? Can you call, just call someone so I could talk to someone? Because, I was very lonely. And when my brothers and them, people who came from the church, they came to see me, I was happy, I was like, but when it was time for them to leave, I was just like, no, don't leave, and I was always crying. And I remember I had one dream. I think I was at the hospital. Mind you, I was dreaming. I was at the hospital. It was that medicine that had me on. I was at the hospital, and I know I was looking up at the roof, and you'll have a worst nightmare of what something you're scared of. Well, I'm scared of snakes. So I had a nightmare of I was seeing snakes. I seen snakes on the roof, snakes on the floor. I seen a man in the roof holding a snake. God knows, y'all, I was scared. So, then I woke up from that dream. And I was calling the nurse, and I was still seeing stuff. When I woke up, because that medicine that had me on, and I was still seeing stuff, and I'm just like, oh my God, and I was just calling the nurse, and she was like, I was like, it's a snake, and she just looking at me like, girl, what you talking about? Ain't no snake in this room. And I was like, it's a snake. And she was like, no, sweetheart, it's okay, it's not a snake, it's just a medicine you're on. And I was like, oh, God. Just hated being in the hospital, like, just sitting in that one room, it gets boring. And then I remember Um, the nurse used to come in and play with me. They used to bring me like toys and stuff from the playroom in the hospital. They used to bring me toys, and I used to play with them. And there was one nurse who was there. She was so nice. She used to always bring me tea. And I'm like, can I have some sugar? And she's like, nah, you know you're not supposed to be having sugar. I'm like, and she used to always bring me the sugar. And I'm like, man, I love this nurse, bro. I think I went back one time and I seen that nurse. I went to go see that nurse, you know, just to go back, you know, to see the people that, you know, took care of me. But yeah, so yeah, then, you know, after all of that happened in 2011, it was a lot. I mean, a lot. I basically was in the hospital all my life. And like, I just recently had something else in my heart. They had the I don't know if they burned it or froze it. I think they burnt this one. The first time they had froze it. Cause my heart, it beats really fast. You know when you go to the doctor and they do a ECMO of your heart, and you see it, they even going like that. Well, mine's be beating fast. Like, so yeah, it be beating fast. So it's like, yeah. So yeah, they had to go in. I was woke on this surgery, by the way. Not the first one, but the other one. The one I just had not too long ago. I was woke throughout this surgery, but I was numb. It was my doctor who done it, Dr. Fairbrother. Whoop, 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 whoop. I love Dr. Fairbrother. That's my doctor. That's my homie. So no, but yeah, it was Dr. Fairbrother. Yeah, he's been basically there all my life. So yeah. And it's like, when I go to the doctor, like say if I go to the doctor, I'll be like, can I go to the bathroom? Like, I be unhooking the stuff. You know the stuff they put on your hand and it's like hooked up to the machine? I be unhooking. They be like, how do you know that? I've been in the hospital all my life. They be like, how do you know this stuff? I'm like, because I've been in the hospital all my life. I done seen it too many times. I know how it works. You know, sticks they put on your chest, you know, you got to put them up there a certain way. I put them up there. I want to take an IV out, but no, they're not going to let me do that. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm not scared of needles. You know, they be like, man, you're brave. They told me when I was in the hospital at Duke, they was like, I was the only one who had the most needles on cover. I was covered from head to toe with needles. IVs. Like, crazy. That's why I'm not. It's like, and like when I go to the doctor, they can't really find a vein because they all gone. They ran away since 2011 happened. The vein war happened, so they just ran away. So, but yeah, that wraps up my video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. That was my story time of why I got these scars and basically my life. And I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please subscribe, please like and comment down below, and tell me what you guys would like to see. Would you guys like more story times, or would you guys like challenges, or anything basically? I know the next video I'll probably gonna do, I'm gonna be eating. I'm gonna do an ASMR. Okay. But yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed it.